It's nearly time for that great American race, the Daytona 500, and in this video we're going to go for a quick preview of the 42 cars that are starting and what to look out for. It's a nice way to start off the NASCAR season after the clash at the Coliseum, because it's a good way to, well, ease yourself into who's going to be the movers and shakers. Super speedways, we tend to see a rotating cast up at the front, though people who tend to run well at super speedways do end up being front runners for other parts of the season. And just as a kind of showing, here's the starting lineup. You've got a front row lockout for Hendrick with Alex Bowman and Kyle Larson. Larson being the 2021 Series champion. The second row is two Fords with the dual winners. So Joey Logano, last season's champion, is in third with Almirola in fourth. Almirola, who's postponed his retirement for it. Then afterwards, if I read out the rest of the top 10, you'll probably be quite familiar with them if you are a NASCAR fan. Christopher Bell, Austin Cindric, Ryan Blaney, Chase Elliott, Chris Buescher, and Brad Keselowski. It's going to be really good to see how RFK do this season. Last season, they ended up getting a hefty points penalty. Neither of them made the playoffs. But right now, they're both starting within the top 10. They could be a shoo-in for a playoff win. And as well, they have run at super speedways quite well in the past, both drivers. Afterwards, McDowell, LaTroy, Harvick, Gilliland. Bubba Wallace is 15th, but seeing how he's done super speedways in the past, with his first win being at Talladega and him nearly winning the Daytona 500 last season, before Cindric ended up getting it after moving Blaney out the way, it could be anybody's guess. Some of the people we want to look out for, though, will be the likes of Zane Smith, who is starting in 17th place. And Travis Pastrana, who's starting right down towards the back in 40th place. Because those are two of the people who made it in from qualifying pace out of the Invitationals. We also, I believe, Riley Herbst and Jimmy Johnson are in the same kinds of boats. Jimmy Johnson, the 7-time NASCAR Cup Series champion, the 84 instead of the 48 that he's famous for, Legacy Motor Club Chevrolet. And given that he was running up towards the front of practice, he's not really somebody that you can rule out. I mean, if you look at the kind of pace that he had when it came to qualifying, he was up there with some of the Joe Gibbs cars and the 2311s. In fact, the next 4 cars in front of him in terms of qualifying pace were Toyotas. The only person who was further up, well, you've got 2311 of Bubba Wallace. And then the other two Toyotas of Pastrana and Hamlin were a couple of spots behind. So yeah, this is going to be a fun one. I'm looking forward to this. You can't really wager who is going to be in with people like, for example, Hamlin and Wallace, who are good runners at super speedway, starting further down the order. It really is anybody's game. Let me know your thoughts in the comment section down below. Thank you so much for watching, and I hope to see you again soon. Bye for now.